everybody, Jason here with the Portuguese Brothers. I got a little deadlift tip for us today, and this is pertaining to the sumo deadlift. I see a lot on Instagram and social media and YouTube, a lot of these sumos being attempted, but not really executed how they need to be to get the most out of our glutes and hamstrings through that wide sumo. So I'm gonna help cover a couple little common mistakes here and how we can improve on that and boost the carryover from the sumo into your traditional deadlift, your squats, etc., etc. So the first thing is, again, how we use our glutes. So when we get ourselves set up into our sumo deadlift here, I want to make sure to be able to take my hips and get myself in a position to where I'm not in the sumo with this kind of big butt out position, but I'm able to be in the sumo with my hips in this kind of active position here, right? Loose through the hips, inactive glutes. I'm going to try and get some preload into those hips that are coming through into my sumo. So that's the first thing, is your nice little setup to keep the hips strong. Because the booty wink, right, when the butt tends to pop out and I pull up, is what gives everyone the very, very weak and sore lower backs, especially when it pertains to that big joint that's coming across the pelvis. So we want to eliminate that so we keep a very strict and tight core line coming through our back here, so we can, again, make a big, big lever for ourselves. So when we start in that sumo pull, I get myself in this wide position. I want to make sure once I come down, I have the mobility to, again, to activate my hips to stay open as I come through, and as I grab, I can make sure, again, and get that kind of torque into those hips. So I already got some load pushing my hips open so I can pull through my glutes as I come up. So I'm going to give us two angles here, one from the front, one from the side, so we can see how the hips activate. So I want to be able in my sumo to be here and contract my glutes and come straight up as I pull, rather than start with that booty wink and come out and then pull my butt up to the bar. So I'm going to show us here from the front, and now I'm going to show you from the side real quick. Okay, so here we go from the side. Take note of the first one I'm going to do. I'm going to have my hips tucked in, keeping a nice vertical position on my pull. And the second is the not so good position where you're going to have the successive booty wink, where we're really taking our glutes out of the picture. So first one, I get my setup. From right now, I got my butt out. I'm going to set myself with the butt in and opened up. Glutes activated, pulling straight through the glutes. And on the second one, the butt's kind of set good, but I'm still going for the booty wink coming through. So when you're going through that sumo, make sure, again, have the realization of, again, bad butt and good butt before you start. And you'll be able to clamp through your glutes and feed you up into extension a lot better, rather than having to pull through that lower back, which is very vulnerable when you're up and open and your toes slightly out for that butt to really hinge back and you get that big break into that lower back. So a little training tip with that sumo: start light, build that activation and that power, that speed to come into that glutes, so therefore I can suck it up into play and really keep those glutes the dominant factor in those sumos, okay? Portuguese Brothers, another little tip for you.